Hey everyone, it is the TheAngryHoneyBadger here, and it is time for another quick build. The winner from the voting from the last quick build was actually, in fact, a tie for 3 of them. So I went ahead and picked one of them, and that's because Urgot will probably never get voted for again now. So that's who it is. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below and vote for who you would want to see for the next quick build. The other 2 that did tie, by the way, were in fact Viger and Fizz. Azir was also very close. So those were the top 3 last time, besides Urgot winning it out. So go ahead and vote, and we'll go on with Urgot's quick build. For Urgot's abilities, at level 1, I put a point into his Q ability, which is Acid Hunter. At level 2, I typically put a point into my Noxian Corrosive Charge, and I'll typically max this out second because it's kind of strong, to be honest, when you team it up with Acid Hunter. If not, if you don't want to do that, you can actually put points then at typically level 3, and then more, maxing this out last most of the time for your Terror Capsulator. And then at levels 6, 11, and 16, put points into his ultimate Hyperkinetic Position Reverser. As for those runes that you might want to take for Urgot, we're going to go ahead and take Armor Penetration Marks. We're going to take Armor or Health Seals. We're going to take Magic Resist per level Glyphs. And then we're going to take even more Armor Penetration in his Quintessences. As for the Masteries page that I take, we're going to go with the AD mid page. That's just the name of it. It is a 21 in the offense, 9 in the defense. We're going to pick up everything over here that helps over here. And we're going to pick up everything over here that helps with a little bit of defense over here. As for the items I like to take when I'm playing as Urgot, which is usually a rainy day in hell, what I start out with is, of course, the longsword, a couple pots, and of course a mana pot. Pick up that trinket. Pretty standard start, helpful for having some survivability with the health pots and a little bit more mana since he does go through his mana pretty heavily. Our early trips back will consist of a Tear of the Goddess. We want to start stacking this. We'll pick up the start of our boots and a Brutalizer with the attack damage, cooldown reduction, and armor penetration. His build does focus on armor pen. That's what you do with those runes. It works incredibly well on him. Now, for your core, we obviously want to be building that mana immune up. That's what we want to get first finished, get it going, get it stacking, get the damage. And then we're also going to pick up Ionian Boots of Lucidity. And then, of course, we're going to be going for the Black Cleaver. It gives us some health, which is actually pretty helpful. That attack damage and, like I said, some cooldown reduction. Now, a core full build may look a little bit like this. It will consist of those first 3 items we just talked about. Then we like to pick up the Frozen Heart if you need part of this early in lane to help with taking any physical damage abuse. This is a good thing to pick up. Once again, we're going to be pretty much maxing out our cooldown reduction with this item and future things as well. And then mana on this will help with the damage from mana immune, and then the armor is a ton. Now, our last 2 items are a bit optional, but there's going to be other options we'll talk about in a second. If you just want to round yourself out really well, getting a lot of armor, or sorry, not armor, health with Warmog's armor will make you tanky, and teamed up with the Frozen Heart will keep you alive and it'll keep you killing people. And then if you want to finish things off with a Mount Mortius, once again, you get more damage and you get magic resist and the great passives from Ma, which are really good. Now, some options in case you're going up against a different type of team. A couple options are this. Now, for a couple of these, we would drop out the Warmogs, and you could pick up an Omen if you need even more armor. It's a full AD team. Another one you could do if you want to drop out the Ma is you could pick up the Guardian Angel, giving you armor and magic resist. You'd sacrifice a little bit of damage, but you could come back to life. That's a good one there. Now, if you want to sacrifice even some health or the magic resist, you could pick up the Last Whisper, which is even more damage and more armor penetration. And then I have to mention the Iceborne Gauntlet because I know somebody would get upset if I don't, and so it's been mentioned. You can put that in there if you want that too. It's not bad. We would be definitely overly maxed out on cooldown reduction. Gives us a little bit more armor, a little bit of ability power we don't technically need, but I've seen people build it and they like it, so it's been mentioned. You're welcome. That is going to be a quick build though for Urgot. If you have any questions, put them in the comments because you might have a question about Urgot. Take some time to learn him a little bit if you've never played him, because a lot of people don't play him. But if you want to vote for the next quick build, leave me a comment too about what champion you would like to see. The one with the most votes will win, and if it's a tie, I'll just pick a random one at will again. So let me know, and other than that, good luck on the fields of justice.